Hi everybody, how are we doing today? All right, so tonight we're going to do breakfast for dinner. I love breakfast for dinner because we're not big breakfast people. But we like breakfast food, so we have them for dinner. So I want to show you how I'm going to do my corned beef hash tonight. Usually when you think of corned beef hash, it's potatoes and corned beef, but we're not using any potatoes. Tonight we're just going to do some vegetables and the leftover corned beef that I had. So come on, let's watch. Let's do this. Let's get started. All right, so here we have our big pan. I have already cut up some onions, peppers, and a little bit of garlic. So this is a cubanella pepper. I actually did two of those. I chopped them up. And then I did a half of a white onion, and then about two cloves of garlic, I believe is what I did. I just did that over the weekend so I'd have it. So we're going to put a little bit of butter in the pan because our corned beef is not very fatty. So I'm going to do about a tablespoon of butter. So we're just going to put that in. I'm going to turn this on, if I can turn on the right burner, and start melting the butter. Now I normally like my vegetables with a little bit more crunch, but today we're going to cook them first, and we're going to cook them a little bit longer than normal, just so they're a little softer. I think I told you George had a tooth removed, so we want to make sure that it's comfortable for him to eat. So while we are melting the butter in the pan, I'm just taking that half of a corned beef that I had left from what we did in the last video, and I'm going to cut it into slices, and then we're going to cut it into small bite-sized pieces. And then as soon as that butter melts, we're going to throw our vegetables in. So I'm slicing it, and then I cut it in half, and then we're just going to do little cubes. Now I've done this before with radishes. I know people are scared of radishes, and I'm going to show you a recipe here before too long how I do radishes as potatoes. You would be amazed that when you cook them, they don't taste like a radish. They're very similar in texture and taste to a potato. Don't taste exactly like a potato, but when you haven't eaten potatoes for a while, it's a pretty good compromise. So we're just gonna do this. I have the skillet on low, medium low, to get that butter melted. All right. So that's doing pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and dump all of my vegetables in. Oh, the sizzling sound. Okay. That's always a good idea if you're cooking stuff during the week. It is the middle of the week for us. So this makes a nice quick dinner. It's only going to take me probably 15-20 minutes to get everything together. So we're just going to start cooking these. When they're about halfway done, I'm going to put the corned beef in. Because the corned beef, of course, is already cooked, so I don't want to really cook it anymore. So we'll be back in just a moment, and when we're ready to put the corned beef in. Alright, so we have been letting the peppers, onions, and garlic cook for a little bit. I did not add any seasoning to them yet. And the only seasoning I'm actually going to add tonight is some garlic powder as well as some black pepper. The excuse me, the corned beef is really salty, so I don't want to add any more salt to it. I'm going to go ahead and add this in. So like I said, I just cubed it up. And we're going to put that in here. And the other thing I'm going to be adding is there's just a little bit of fat and liquid from what I cooked the corned beef in. So to give it a little extra flavor, we're going to go ahead and add that as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add some seasoning. So I'm just going to, like I said, add some pepper. I did not put fresh ground pepper on my list yet to go to the store. So I'll do that next weekend. So I'm just using my regular ground black pepper and then, like I said, a little bit of garlic. Now when I have made this with the radishes or the faux potatoes, what I do is I actually boil the radishes just for a couple of minutes till they're almost fork tender, and then I take them out and I cut them into small cubes so they look like potatoes. And then a little bit of onion and then the corned beef. So it comes out really good. I did not have any radishes. I didn't pick up any at the store. So, but I had peppers and onions from other things I was going to make this week. So that's why we're doing just this kind of hash. So play around with it, you know, have fun with it. There's no rules. I have given up on the rules of food since, you know, I don't eat the carbs and I don't eat the starchy vegetables. You have to make substitutions. And it is a little difficult at first because, you know, you're expecting the bite of a potato or you're expecting a certain flavor. But once you've been doing this for a little while and making those substitutions, you find that you do not miss the potatoes and stuff. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm sure I'm not alone. I've read other people's, you know, websites and blogs and YouTube, and you just kind of, your taste buds get used to what you eat. Alright, so we're just going to let that go for another couple of minutes. I want to heat the corned beef through, and then we will be ready to eat tonight. We're going to have this with a fried egg, so I'm probably going to do mine sunny side up. And then the kids, they like theirs scrambled. So we'll do that. And then I will show you what it looks like when we're done. And then, of course, you also want to taste it. So don't forget to taste your food. I have to go get a spoon to do that. But, guys, that's all there is. I mean, it's a weeknight. I didn't get home until 5:30. It's just about 6 o'clock. Easy peasy. If you have some of this prepped over the weekend or maybe on your day off, then, you know, you can have a nice healthy dinner during the week. All right. I'll be back to show you what it looks like when it's all done. Look at it. Doesn't it look beautiful? All right. I'm going to get that spoon and taste it. Okay. We'll be back. Alright guys, so here is the finished plate. We have our corned beef hash, a little bit of tomato that I had left, so I chopped that up, and our fried egg. So, happy breakfast for dinner. Alright, so y'all have a wonderful day. Be good to each other. Peace out, and hit that subscribe button. Alright, thanks. We're going to go eat dinner.